And we're live. You can get on your phone and share it.
Already did.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you do that? Good afternoon, everybody. Let me turn off that fan. Thank you, sir.
Phone case and it's not letting me.
Huh? That's technology.
It's not letting me freaking click anything.
That's those apples. I don't know. You guys are all big on Apple. I don't buy all that stuff.
Because
well,
it works.
Gray broke my phone, so
Oh, so you
the
got
people
one?
that got it, the people that fixed it, I don't know if they did it right. It's like not.
I'm not. That's the. Like you see my little blue thing for my iPad.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason for that. And it's not for my daughter. It's not because of my daughter. It's really because of me. More than anything. All right, everybody. I guess we'll get this show fired up. What do y'all think?
Ready.
Let's do it.
Ready.
Real Estate Weekly.
Stay weekly, 12:30 every Wednesday. I'm gonna start.
We're missing the ball-headed guy, though.
I know he's.
Shh, don't tell people what he's doing.
I really, yeah. But you know what? He looks the part.
He does. He does.
Looks the part. We'll tell you guys at the end of the show what Jason's doing if he shows up. Maybe he shows up.
He's doing a really good favor.
I was gonna do a great joke actually. Asked her if she had like a compact mirror, and I was like, I was gonna be like, Lyndi, you got any makeup? You got any compact mirror? And then just have her slide it down to me and then be like, you're ruining our shot here. And just saying it to her, like, can you just powder your head a little bit? Can you powder your head? But my head's kind of shiny actually right now. Look at that.
Mine's red. My blood pressure's up.
What happened to your cats, man?
You know?
It's the one game I watched all year they lose.
So you're bad luck.
I know.
So you just need to stop watching them.
I'll stop watching.
Don't watch them next year.
I won't. I watched 2 games. They crushed them.
You know, it's funny because, you get all the haters out there, and I think I posted something on Facebook this morning. I'm like, so now everybody's going to complain that we'll have a bunch of kids come back, and they're going to talk about how much they suck and Cal can't recruit.
You know what? I hope they make the 2-year rule because, he will dominate with a 2-year rule. Let the kids go. They want to go.
We got a lot of guys coming back this year, I think.
Yeah, I hope so.
I think they are.
I think they will. I think Knox is gone, right?
Well,
actually, he may not.
I know. I saw on Facebook today somebody said that he might not. He might be coming back, which would be crazy.
Yeah, that guy's legit.
Yeah, I love him.
Do you know who I just saw recently? And this is NBA, has nothing to do with this, but this guy from Greece. I can't even pronounce his name, but he's like Ethiopian immigrant to Greece. He got picked up on a grainy video.
Oh yeah,
what's his name? He plays for the Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah. He's 23 years old. I saw a video of him where he basically took 3 steps from the half court, or 2 steps in the half court, and jumped over a 6'7" guard, and just dunked it. And it was just like sick. And they're like, he hasn't even reached his maximum potential.
You know what I like
about
that
kid?
So he's brought, he's making millions of dollars now. He's brought his family here. So he's got his mom, his brother, and his sister. And they all live in a 2-bedroom apartment in Milwaukee.
And he signed a $22 million deal.
So, smart kid.
Yeah, it's all about, he worked hard and he kept on working and he followed up. And that's actually what we're talking about today. Follow up.
You're following up? Yeah.
Following up. I think that's probably one of the things that real estate agents, I think if there's a thing that makes a good real estate agent to a great real estate agent is the follow up.
And follow-up's so easy. But we're all guilty of not doing it.
Yeah.
Because you get busy, blah, blah, blah. You're running around and doing this stuff. And, you tell somebody you're going to call them. And you get so busy that you forget to do it. But the thing is, we have all the technology that should remind us to do it. Mm-hmm. Take that 30 seconds to put that in your phone while you're still in the meeting with the person to put up the follow-up. Jason and I had a guy we talked to about 40 days ago. And he's like, hey, I'm probably going to be ready. Because he called us, he goes, I've got a lot listed, and he goes, I'm not happy with what's going on with it. He goes, my listing's up this time. I was like, hey, just give us a call. We'll call you back on that day. And so we put it in our calendar. We called him back. The listing expired on the 21st. We called him on the 22nd and said, hey, just wanted to touch base with you. And he goes, yeah, I'm ready to list. So we're going down Friday to list this lot on Lake Cumberland Friday.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it is all about follow-up. And, people admire you when you tell them I'm going to call you back 30 days later, and you do actually pick up the phone and call them back and on that date. And another thing I think that we always try to do too, we always keep notes of the conversation that we had with them, whether it's about what their kids were doing. If I'm meeting someone like, I've got to hurry up and go, my kid's got a soccer game, I jot that down. When I follow up, I'm like, hey, did Johnny win the soccer game?
Yeah.
they're like, wow, how did you remember
Yeah.
that? I mean,
Yeah.
that's the things
Make
you
it
have to do
personal, yeah.
to make it personal and follow up with.
I think that's what the best part about social media is that people can kind of see. I mean, honestly, you know why I started doing these videos was because
you want to hang out with me more.
No, actually, you came in late. Remember that you were in episode 6 before you showed up. But the reason I did is because people think, people have their opinions of you, and based on your social media that you develop, and maybe people like you, maybe they don't like you, they don't really know who you are, and because you basically put out what you put out on social media, and this was just made to make you more human. I mean, I've got 2,500 friends on Facebook, I think, or 2,000. I don't know.
60%.
Yeah.
2,000
I
of
don't.
them.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know hardly any of the people, personally.
Yeah.
On my Facebook, but it's a good way to, in real estate, you have to stay top of mind with people, and that's just a good way to stay top of mind when you're not, when you don't have, necessarily their email addresses or their phone numbers, and you can't follow up with them that way. It's kind of a good way to stay in touch with people and stay top of mind. I mean, and it could be people that you don't even realize you're touching, but they're seeing your stuff on their newsfeed every day, and they might reach out 6 months later and say, hey, I saw where you've been posting all this stuff about real estate. I think I'm ready to buy a house, So that's a really good way to stay top of mind with people.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I don't know how many leads we get as far as agents that we recruit for the social media stuff that we do, but I think it's about being out there and always having a positive message out there. And, I post a lot about my daughter. I post a lot, and you do too. I mean, that's I think, I think part of I don't post it to try to generate business, but I just post it to kind of remember that moment and have it marked. But the other thing is that she's incredibly adorable. Your kids are super cute. I love the stories that you have about your daughter. She's like feisty as hell. I hope my daughter's already a little hellraiser, and I just hope that she just doesn't kill me like that. But she probably will, because if she turns out anything like her dad, she'll be a smartass. So.
Oh yeah.
But it's about relatability. It's about other moms out there or other dads out there, and I know all this crap's going down with Facebook now. I think what's going to end up happening is Facebook's going to become a utility, like a phone, like the telephone service. It'll probably get regulated. I wouldn't be surprised if they break it up make it into smaller companies. There's no telling what's going to happen with social media, but I don't think it's going anywhere.
It's not going away.
No, and it's got to be a part of your business, and you have to be more of a media company. And this is what we're doing now. This is media.
Yeah.
We're taking these videos and we're ripping them and making them into podcasts. That's another thing that we're trying to do, at least on that end. And then, Instagram's a little different than Facebook in the sense that Instagram is like, I don't know. I read on technique with Instagram is that photos need to be like magazine ready, gonna pop up like something that you would see at the cover of any magazine, and that's how the most successful people are with Instagram. So yeah, I like it.
You know what you didn't do again? You're really bad at starting this.
I know.
So we're going to work on Eli's introduction skills, but this is Lyndi Huddleston.
So embarrassed.
United Real Estate.
I'm very embarrassed.
And Lyndi does a lot of stuff on social media. That's why she's with us today to kind of, talk about how she markets on social media. And
you know what? You should write it on the whiteboard. Introductions. I guess it should be known. To introduce people.
Great hosts we are.
That's all right.
And will you
That's
please?
all right.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. By the way, you're more than welcome to join us anytime you want. 12:30 every Wednesday.
She has a lot more hair than Jason.
Yeah, she does. There's no big.
It's not a big competition.
No, there's no big blaring glare. But we like having Jason here. It is hot up here.
It's hot.
Yeah, and it's getting warmer. But yeah, so I'm Eli, Geoff, and Lyndi, and we're talking about follow up. And I think the best thing about having really good follow up comes from really good systems.
Yeah.
And do you have any kind of systems in place for your follow up, or are you?
I use some of the drip campaigns that we have available to us at United. I think that's an easy way to keep in touch with people because it automatically sends them out, so it's not something that you have to necessarily go in every day and start sending emails to people. That's something that I like to utilize to make it easier for me.
Yeah, I did that too. I did there's one that was on there that's SOI, and and what I love about it is that you can see who opened the email. And like when we first started United, I was like, oh, let me figure out how to work this system. So I put 500 names in this Drip Mac campaign in late 2013. But then in like 2015, when I was kind of rolling away from doing real estate, I started getting all these referrals, and they were responding to the email that I started 2 years earlier, like, hey, I just got your email, and can you come talk to me about my house? And I listed like 5 or 6 houses. I think I ended up making like 60 grand off this one drip.
Yeah.
And it was like in 1 year, and I was able to track it, and having systems in place let me be able to track it.
I mean, I've started using BombBomb for a follow-up. I don't know if you're using that at all.
Is that the video?
It is. And
I haven't used that.
It's great because it can still be an email or whatever, but it's a little bit more personal because they're opening it up and it's a video. You're talking directly to them, and I think it works pretty well. I always try to send out.
Do you send that via email or text?
Email.
It's all okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can send it text.
You can send it text.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. I love BombBomb. We just got a question about where's the big handsome bald guy. We're going to tell you at the end of the show. So we're not going to tell anybody about where he's at until the end of the show. Maybe he shows up. I doubt he will because of what he's doing.
Sometimes you end up in real estate jail, and sometimes you just
sometimes
end up doing other things.
You end up doing manual service. I'm telling you, he looks the part for what he's doing.
Oh,
so
Lord.
you guys are going to have to stay on to figure out what Jason's doing right now. So yeah, and BombBomb, I love BombBomb. I love when I like having checklists. That's my thing. Is like checklists for everything. And you have an admin, which you've got some pretty good systems that Michelle kind of helped you put together.
Yeah.
Michelle Gunter is another big producer in our office. How's those systems working out for you?
Good, man. I mean, it's hiring an assistant. There's a learning curve to that as well.
Yeah.
But I got to the point where I had to do that because of follow-up. I mean, there's just things that fall through the cracks. If you can only be in so many places and on the phone with so many people at one time. But it's really good. Some of the things that I've done with her, I want Rosemary to be involved with all of her clients. I want my clients to know who she is because she's going to be handling a lot of the day-to-day operation stuff as far as talking to the title companies and talking to the appraisers and the inspections and all of that stuff. So just this week we created a really good detailed email for buyers and for sellers. And as soon as we get something under contract, Rosemary sends them that email and gives them the expectations and the processes and the time frames as what's going to happen throughout the process from that day point or to the closing date.
Well, that's great. Actually, that's the next thing. I was like, how can we tell sellers and buyers out there about our processes and how can that help them in listing or buying a selling house? And I think having that up front, what's some stuff on that list? Like for a seller, what do we want the seller to get ready for?
I mean, the first thing, as soon as we get this, say, okay, we're under contract. We're going to I'm going to be calling you here in the next couple of days, and the first thing's going to happen is they're going to schedule the home inspection.
Yeah.
So they're going to come in, they're going to do the home inspection. That's going to take probably 2.5 to 4 hours, depending on the inspection size of the house.
Yeah.
They will meet. They'll meet there, and then probably a day or 2 days after that, we're going to get if there's any negotiations that we need to do on repairs. We're going to get that from them.
Yeah.
And then once that's done, usually the next step is going to be they're going to order the appraisal. They're going to come in. The appraiser's going to set up a time to come appraise your house. I go, buyers and sellers buyers like to get in the house and see and measure. They may want to get in another time, but we encourage them to do that during the home inspection times, so they're not in and out of your house so much. And just kind of break it down all the way to the end. And then, the week before, I'm like, hey, you need to start go to the post office, grab your moving forwarding address package, get that stuff done, call your utility companies, tell them you need to get your last meter readings because you're going to be moving out. And I just put a whole list of anything they can think about. And then if the neighborhood they're going to, we send them a list of local restaurants that's within a mile or two of their house, and the new kid activity things that's within their house. All of the stuff we put it there, so they've got all that information for them because moving's stressful. So we figure if we can take as much of that thought process out of as we can for them, they've got it there to email. It makes it a much easier process.
I really think real estate agents should move once every 5 years to give them a reminder of how much it sucks.
Yeah.
We've peaked that. We're professionals.
Yeah, you've done it. You've done it enough. I'm the same way. I move every 3 years.
Yeah, you do move a lot.
Every time I'm like 3 forwarding addresses away before anybody even knows where I'm at. It's not that I'm running from anybody. I'm not running from anybody. like different houses.
So you do a lot of stuff on Facebook. What kind of marketing do you do on Facebook?
Well, I actually, and I haven't been keeping up with my business page as much as I should. Whenever I have any, listings, I always, post about the listings. I've been boosting those posts, but I've heard some stuff like
it's gone down as far as its ability to like show
yeah,
up.
Instead of boost it, make an ad or something is. But I've always gotten pretty good feedback from all the posts that I've done. Like I'll do new listing posts, open house posts, and stuff like that on my business page. But honestly, the majority of my business comes from my personal Facebook page, and I get, probably, I would say 75% of my business is from social media in some form. Yeah, I get a lot of business from social media. So
And that's on your personal page with no
and that's
advertising
just
cost at all.
Right, exactly. It's free, so why not take advantage of it? And that could be people that they didn't know you might have been in real estate. You went to high school with them or something, and so you're catching up, and they realize you're in real estate, and they're like, hey, I was just thinking about buying a house. Like, can we talk about it? So a lot of my business comes from stuff like that, and then I'll also I'll make posts. Like recently, I made a post about I'm going to open up 3 spots for buyer consultation. So if you're interested in buying a house in 2018, this is your chance. Kind of create a sense of urgency.
Mm-hmm.
Like I only have 3 spots available. Who wants them? So when I did that, I really, I think from that I had 9 buyer consultations.
Let me ask you
within
this.
a week.
Did you find that, because I think last year was the year before you did that new agent or new home buyer?
Mm-hmm. It was last year.
Yeah. What did you find to be more successful? Did you find the new home buyer consultation, or was it the
honestly, what I just did, I think is more was more. I got more people that were more serious.
Okay.
Like people came to the home buyer consultation to kind of figure out, what their next steps might be, or maybe they're going to be buying in the next couple years. But the one-on-one consultations, I think I got more buyers that were actually serious about actually sitting down and buying this year. And I made sure to put in the post, like, if you plan on buying in 2018, let me know. We'll get you set up in a consultation. I have 3 spots available. So I kind of I kind of put a timeline out there to where it was more serious buyers. And I'm working right now with 3 of those buyers, and then the rest of them they've talked to lenders and they're working on getting pre-approved, but they're just not there yet.
That's
So
a great idea.
Yeah.
the buyer consultation, actually, I closed 1 from that last year, and then it's funny because just recently, within the past couple weeks, somebody else from the buyer consultation had called me, and she's pre-approved with Leslie, who did the seminar with me. So she went through her, and we're looking at houses right now with her too.
So what happens at your buyer consultation?
So for my buyer consultations, what I do is I definitely kind of set expectations. We have that buyer roadmap that you showed me like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I always use that. I always include that with everything. And so they know step by step the process, what they can expect, what costs they're going to see up front. And we talk about what they're looking for. And I let them know the most important thing right now is to get pre-approved with a lender.
Yeah.
So,
especially in this market.
right.
Yeah,
We can't start looking until you're pre-approved, because if we see something, we're not going to be able to put an offer in on it, and if we're not able to put an offer in on it, we're going to lose it.
Yeah.
So
you've got to be. I think even we talked about this maybe a couple of weeks ago. Like, get to the point to get your clients have their paperwork and everything done and ready, because you just don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
I think that makes that offer so much stronger.
Yeah.
My people already got their paperwork in. They're
Mm-hmm.
ready to close this loan. We just need our appraisal inspection. We're ready to go.
Yeah.
And so, I definitely think that's got to be something you put in there.
I think what she touched on too is, there's a lot of people that are trying to use social media and use Facebook or Instagram, but they're using it poorly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the content that you put on it,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to do stuff that's going to engage people. And you know, I try to do silly stuff. Like the other morning, I was cooking breakfast,
He did the bacon thing.
and I was
Oh,
frying. I was
saw
frying
that.
bacon.
Yeah. And you're like, the market's hot.
I was like, the
or
market's
something.
sizzling.
Sizzling, yeah.
And it's got, you know, the
that's
bacon
funny.
crackling for 15 seconds or whatever.
That was pretty
And people enjoy seeing stupid stuff like that a lot more than just saying, sold a house today.
Yeah.
Sold a house
Yeah.
today. I mean, yeah, you can put that on there, but you have to do more innovative content. And, you know, like the thing that you did with, you know, buyer consultations, that's a great idea. And you're going to be able to pick up people, and people's going to be more interested because you're giving them a reason to engage with the post
Right.
and just saying, well, they sold another house again. What does that do for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I think the whole sold thing, that's kind of important too, because, you know, it's just a way for people to know that you're busy.
You're busy.
But you know what the thing is that your friends, your family love to see your success.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
And they want to. There's people that they love to see that, man. I mean, when
That touches on a really good topic too.
what's that?
So a lot of agents go, God, I just don't really want to just blow people up all the time about my business and my Facebook. Because they can mute it, or they
Yeah.
can unfollow you if they don't want to see
That's
it.
true.
But if the people that are following it and enjoy seeing it, it's great. So
Yeah.
you can't be afraid to say, I'm going to blow someone's feed up with my
Yeah.
business all the time.
Yeah, and it'll.
Yeah, you are, but
If they like it, it'll keep showing up more. If they
exactly.
don't like
If
it,
they don't, they can unfollow, mute you. They can do whatever they want to do.
Facebook's figured out how to follow you around, dude. They're gonna know. They're gonna give you what you want, basically. So, well, that's awesome, man. I think we did pretty good today for our show. Does everybody who wants to know where Jason's at? Anybody want to know where Jason's at?
Jason, do you want to know where Jason's at? He said that he loves the new mic.
Jason.
We must sound really good out there.
Wait, does it sound good, Jason? Is he on? I think he's probably still watching this.
He probably is.
So Jason, what is Jason, like 6'2", 6,
let's not give him too much credit.
6'1", maybe?
Maybe.
He's a big dude,
Yeah.
bald head. He is currently helping a client move out of their house.
But that's
Which is
not part of
why-
our services.
It's not part of their services, but he's such a nice guy.
She needed help. So that's what we're doing today.
Yeah, he needed help. He looked like a mover, so he figured he might as well start moving.
Well, that's
but
good.
he did get a listing out
It's
of it.
funny because I had a client last year. She was a buyer client of mine, and she was an older lady, single lady, lived by herself. The house that she moved into had stuff up in the attic, and she couldn't get it out, so I sent Justin over there to get the stuff out of her attic for her.
I mean, sometimes you gotta do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's full service over here.
It is. So going back, let's give away something this week.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do NCAA's going on. We got 4 teams left. I don't even know who's
That's called the Final Four.
the final 4. Okay, I don't know anything about
I'm going
sports,
for Loyola.
I'm pulling for Loyola. too.
I really
So we got
hope
you
they
got
win.
Kansas playing Villanova, and you got
Kansas
Loyola Chicago playing Michigan. So what I want you guys to do, I want you to comment your winner. You got to share this. You got to share this feed. Comment your winner into the post, and everybody that comments the correct winner, we're going to put everybody in a drawing, and we're going to give away a $25 gift card to the new Marikas on Southland Drive.
When's the
next
finals this
Wednesday?
Sunday?
It'll be
April
Saturday and
2nd,
Monday.
right?
So next Wednesday we will give away
Next Wednesday.
the $25 gift card to the new Marikas on Southland Drive. You just have to comment your winner and share the live feed, and you can go drink some nice German beer.
And Jason, your mom wants to know she misses the handsome bald guy.
Sorry, Phyllis.
So yeah, share, and comment who you think is going to win, and we'll be giving out a $25 gift card to Marika's, which is a really cool spot. Lyndi, we'd love to have you anytime you want to join us. Please just let me know when you're
it was
available on
great. Yeah,
Wednesday at
definitely.
12:30. I think I'm going to start a show next week in the evening. That's going to start at 7:30. It's either going to be on a Monday or a Tuesday. I haven't decided yet. Probably Monday.
What's your business page?
Oh yeah, what's your business page?
My Facebook business page is Lyndi Sells Lexington. So
Nice. Instagram?
Facebook.com/Lyndi Sells Lexington. I have my Instagram's kind of just like a personal page. I do some posts on there that they're real estate related, but that's just Cameron with a K, Lyndi Lyndi.
Awesome.
Follow us, and then we'll be putting up some videos on YouTube for some of our other stuff. And please share. Join us again next Wednesday. Thank you guys all for that commented. Jason, don't hurt your back. Have a good day.